Just a quick one this afternoon. There are rumors everywhere that Prime Minister Raila Odinga and William Ruto are having talks for a possible political coalition or a merger or something of the sorts come 2022. Now, I just want to confirm that I've had long and deep discussions with a very senior politician who is very close to Raila Odinga on matters BBI and everything, and matters legal, and he has confirmed that there are no talks between Raila Odinga and William Ruto. I've also had talks with a very close AD and also politician who is very close to Deputy President, and he has also confirmed that there are no talks as of now. But the Deputy President, his camp, Ruto's camp, is very much keen and eager for such talks as soon as possible. If an opportunity arises, they are willing to have such talks. Actually, for those who are a pack and team of Ruto, they've been scheming to have even Sudi pump into Raila Odinga somewhere in a cafeteria and kick off something. They were also willing to send over some senior politicians from the Rift Valley for tea with somebody like Oburu Odinga, just to be seen to be working on something. So they are eager for that. But Raila Odinga is reluctant, is not for that ideas of the moment, and his key political allies are also very reluctant, and they are not for such an ideas of the moment. But the low-level politicians who hang around Raila Odinga, they are okay with it, because they don't know what is the deeper workings of the former Prime Minister. So as of the moment, there are no talks. Actually, if there are any talks, it is between Prime Minister Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta. They are at the moment, they've been actually talking since last week, trying to see ways how they can get the BBI to be as balanced as possible, because as of now, there is a feeling within Western and the Nyanza region and the rest of the country that BBI is actually a Mount Kenya document. So they are trying to see the two camps, the two handlers. They are trying to see the two camps handling Odinga and Uhuru, to see if they can renegotiate the BBI document or at what point. So it's purely legal, technical stuff. So they are trying to see how they can get the document to be maybe a little bit balanced, especially the aspect of the 70 members of parliament. So that is actually what is currently happening. Raila and Uhuru camp, they are meeting and talking over the BBI. The good is the 70 constituencies is on top of the agenda if there is a possibility of having it revised, and see that some of the constituencies are fairly distributed across the country. So that is actually what's going on. Now, moving forward, nobody can rule out such a possibility, and indeed, Ruto camp is very much looking for such an eventuality. But as we've said elsewhere, there is a high chance that Prime Minister Raila Odinga, if indeed President Uhuru is not willing to support him, he has never wanted anybody's support. He wants the support of Kenyans. He may go direct to the ballot, and and I'm quoting the handler. I'm quoting this senior politician who works for Prime Minister. He said, if President Uhuru is keen on pushing his Gideon, kama Uhuru analeta hiyo Gideon yake, ataanguka nayo. That's what he said in his heavy Luo accent. So he said if President Uhuru is keen on propping Gideon Moi for presidency, then they'll be defeated resoundingly. And according to Raila Odinga camp, they have a feeling that they may have the Kibaki moment come 2022. So basically what's happening is that they are assuming that President Uhuru is pulling a Moi 2002, because Moi promised about 6 guys that is going to give them, to support them, and then finally he brought in a actually inexperienced Uhuru Kenyatta. This is exactly what President Uhuru has been doing. He promised Raila Odinga, he promised Musalia Mudavadi, same promise was given to Kalonzo Musyoka, same promise was given to Mukisa Kitui, same promise was also given to Matiang'i, and now it seems that he is bringing in Gideon. So looks like it's going to be a 2002 moment where all of the 6 people who have been promised will not be given anything, and then Gideon is now the new kid on the block. But because of the suffering, some people have gone because they can't survive outside government, like people like Kalonzo Musyoka, people like Musalia. They may likely rally behind Gideon, or it may be Gideon or Musalia. So that is actually what is happening. But it's not a sure bet yet, because as it is, or as it has been, President Uhuru is very keen on Eita Musalia, and his second best choice is Prime Minister Raila Odinga. So for Raila to be the real guy, it is actually to frustrate number one, the number one choice, the first choice, which is Musalia. And there is also a high chance that the president may, in the end, let elections be free and fair. So that is even if he's going to support, even if his people or the deep state is for Gideon Musalia, they may actually let the elections be free and fair, as long as it's guaranteed that 8 of the 2 will win. And as we've said before, if we have the 3 horses, if we have Raila Odinga, William Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi, so then there is likely that Musalia Mudavadi, if he gets a Central Kenya vote, Raila Odinga, if he gets the votes from wherever the rest of the country, we may likely get Raila Odinga or Musalia, Raila and Musalia going for a runoff. And in that case, as we've said before, it is obvious Rift Valley will obviously rally behind Raila Odinga, because they feel betrayed by the Mount Kenya region. So that's actually what's happening. There are no talks between Raila. There are no talks between Raila and Ruto, basically. So yeah, so we are looking forward to more political arrangements as Gideon flexes his muscle. You see a lot of screaming headlines from his paper, The Standard. You will see more talks on KTN, his media outlet. So be wary of such. Remember, learn to know the ownership of some of these outlets, just like Uhuru Kenyatta did using his K24. So anyway, that is it. So we'll be here waiting to see how it turns